Well, boys and girls and non-binary children, if you read comic books or you watch the Golden Globes, you might think you know what a hero looks like. But looks, like homeopathy, can be deceiving. Today, you're going to meet a different kind of hero. A little older, a little wrinkly, maybe not as fast moving as the heroes you're used to, but don't let that fool you. We're here at the Resting Chestnut Care Home for the Elderly, and you're about to meet Chester Taves. Just cough through the whole thing, Dad. You're welcome. My fucking kid cries through the whole first half. My dad hacks through the second half. Chester Taves. Today, Chester is the 91-year-old reigning bocce ball champion here at Resting Chestnut. But in 1943, Chester was a 16-year-old Alberta farmhand who falsified his age in order to join the fight against fascism in the European theater. Chester's having a little nap now, but I don't think he'll mind if I wake him up. He's probably dreaming about the world of freedom and democracy he left for all of us. Chester. Chester. Mr. Taves, it's me, Charlie, and I'm here with the kids.
Oh, hello, Charlie. Hello, kids.
Oh, wow. I just, Mr. Chester, I talking to the kids today about the fight against fascism.
Oh, would you like a butterscotch, young man?
Well, that's very appropriate, but no, thank you. I should probably be watching the old morbid BMI, but no, so I'll pass on the candy.
You know, one of the boys in my regiment was a little chubby.
Oh, yeah.
Even after training, the boys used to give him the gears a little bit. You know, in a gentle way, mind you. But he was from Saskatchewan. We called him Regina Fats.
Oh, so he was pretty chubby.
Well,
then.
yeah, he was 5 feet 10 inches. 174 pounds.
Wow, that's disgusting.
The fattest person in 1943.
Speaking of 1943, Chester, you were 16 years old and you were working on a farm not far outside of Lethbridge, Alberta. Isn't that right?
Yeah, the Petrenko family farm. They was Ukrainians. I weren't prejudiced. I ate all kinds of exotic foods that harvest season. Pierogies, also cabbage. That was just fine.
Oh, well, isn't that something? But in 1943, you laid down your pitchfork, didn't you? And I suppose, Chester, actually, I should be a little bit cross with you because you told a fib and you lied about your age in order to go and fight the Nazis.
Oh, well, it just seemed to be the thing that was right.
Seemed to be the thing that was right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's amazing. And now, Chester,
Yes.
I've done a little bit of research, and the nursing staff here at the Resting Chestnut have told me that you had a nickname when you were in the service. And it was a neat nickname for me to hear because, now I don't know if you know this, Chester, but that I'm a comedian.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's just fine.
Yeah, thanks. Of some renown. But anyway, that's not, and quick digression, I have actually recently been nominated for kind of a major award. But you probably don't follow award season super closely.
Oh, no.
No, what a stupid question after the life you've led.
Spine.
Yeah, right. But it is, I mean, it's a bit, like, it's the Juno, so that's pretty, even you've probably heard of the Junos.
Sonny, I fought Hitler. I don't like that kind of talk, okay? You take that outside.
No, Junos is one word. It's not that.
Oh.
That's it's the Junos. It's just one. Anyway, we're getting off track here. Your nickname in the service was the Cut Up. Isn't that right?
Oh my, I ain't heard that in a coon's age.
Yeah, and so I know that sounds racist, but actually, so the term coon's age, in fact, if you can look this up, it comes from the mistaken 19th century belief that raccoons lived for a long time. I mean, it's still probably you want to avoid it, but he's a very old man. And anyway, so you were called the Cut Up. Now, so the reason I thought that was so fun was because you were always telling jokes?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. So then why did they call you the Cut Up?
Well, you see, as I recall it were because the other boys did their fighting with their pistols and rifles. You know, but I always like to count on my trusty blade.
With a knife you fought?
It seemed a crime to me to snuff the light from 100 yards, not to feel it leave, to stick a blade in a belly or across a throat. That were my only way of confirming a kill, to send the steel slicing through Fritz's last raw scream to his Fuhrer.
Wow,
And I would wonder if there was a mother shooting bolt upright in the silver light of a midnight Thuringian moon, knowing somehow she had lost that irretrievable part of herself.
Jesus. So that's why they called you the Cut Up.
There were once a time I lay in the mud like a corpse for 3 days, not moving, stalking my prey. It were a French farmer who we knew was passing troops movements to the Germans, a Vichy collaborator, a fascist.
Yeah?
And I lay like death in the gray mud of Dijon until he thought to clear me from his field. As he rolled me over, I just stuck him. Just as I had so many pigs on Petrenko's farm that summer. And just like those pigs, his eyes went to marble, a black glass, lifeless, gone forever.
Did you get married after the war?
Oh, yeah. I had a sweetheart. Marie Tremblay, from the French settlement across from where I came up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we met at an ecumenical dance before
That's
I left
nice.
to fight.
Yeah.
Catholics and Protestants both together.
Right.
And she told me there was no other man for her. And that she'd wait for me and marry me when I got home.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah. Of course, I were gone nearly 2 years, and she had needs of her own, but a promise is a promise, so Marie found comfort in the arms of a sturdy, freckled farm girl named Helen Calder. And through Helen, she learned of a love I could not give. And though she kept true to her promise, Marie begged me tearfully not to tear her from Helen. And seeing what it meant, I gave in, at first reluctantly.
Right.
But I would sit at the bedside and watch what brought Marie and Helen together in a communion, not just of bodies, but of souls. A connection not wrought on the fields of war, but in the shuddering ecstasy of climax.
Jeez.
And I saw that it were divine. Helen was never my own lover, but we did make love in that way. And after Marie died in '89, Helen and I gave to each other the companionship forged in the presence of the one woman for whom we had each known true love.
Can I would like the butterscotch, please.
Okay. Fats.
Thanks, Chester.